So guys, Road to the Show information for MLB The Show 18 is coming, and it's coming quick. In this video, I'm going to go a bit more in depth on some of the features that they revealed. I did make a video covering the new features and kind of at a base level what they are. So if you want to check out that video, it will be in the top right. It should be popping up right now, as well as in the description of this video. So go watch that video so you know what the features are, and in this video, I'm going to explain them a bit more in depth. So the first thing that I wanted to go over is actually something that wasn't in the last video, but Ramon explained it today on multiple different media outlets he was working with for this Road to the Show information. You're not going to be able to be an early round draft pick this year. They are trying to tell the story of somebody who is a late to mid or mid to late round draft pick. So you're no longer going to be able to be a first round, second, probably even a top 10 round pick. You're probably going to be chosen in like the 15 to the 20, maybe even 25 rounds of the draft. They're trying to add a bit of a story element to it where it's like, you know, it's kind of the kid comes out of nowhere, you know, he's a late round pick, he's not that early guy, and then he still turns some heads with hard work and, you know, being in the minors and going through the ranks. So it's kind of an interesting route to go. Personally, I feel like you should be able to get drafted wherever you are worth, so that's just my thing. If I want to be like the #1 overall draft pick, I'd like to be able to still earn that, but that's not the direction that Road to the Show is going this year. So the next feature that I want to go over is the new Archetypes. Archetypes, of course, are the new kind of ways that you model your player. If you want to be a right fielder with a cannon and a power bat but lacks on speed, that's the type of guy you can model yourself after, or you can be like a defensive guy, or you can be an all-around guy, and basically you just can't be a 99 overall everything anymore. You're going to be capped at specific attributes. So in the IGN video where Ramon sat down with Ryan McCaffrey and talked about these, they went over 6 archetypes for the game. Now, of course, these are not all of the archetypes in the game. It looks like they've created a hitter, so these are only going to be hitter archetypes, and I don't think these are even all of the hitter archetypes because the Vladimir Guerrero Cespedes one is not in here. And then, of course, you will still have your pitcher archetypes as well, so we haven't seen those yet. So I'm going to let the clip play where we get a direct explanation from Ramon about these archetypes, and then afterwards we will go over it.
You're going to choose an archetype, and this is really, really cool. It's an awesome feature that we love this year. We're a position player. You have a few different to choose from depending on whether you're outfield or infield. So let's take a look at these, right?
Let's do it.
So we got the Wizard. This is like your Trey Turner, your Ozzie Smith type guy. Strengths, fielding, speed, weakness, power. So if we look over to the attribute screen, we can see his max cap, and what that means is that attribute, that's as high as you can get it to go. As you start progressing, that's the highest as it can go. But you can supplement it with equipment. This guy can bunt. We can max out bunting.
Never really going to hit for a ton of power, though.
Never going to hit for a ton of power. But we look at here, durability, speed, stealing, fielding, and reaction. We can all max out. So that's what's important for this archetype. So let's do drastic change. Let's go down to bat first.
Right,
so bat first.
That's your corner outfielders.
Corner outfielders, first baseman, and we tell you the suggested primary position: catcher, first base, third base. But you can make this guy second base if you want. You can choose it. It's your world.
Sandberg.
There you go. It's your world. Power. You can max out power. 99 power. You can have a cannon arm, but you're not going to be running that fast. Like your speed is maxed out at 40. And so, again, the really important thing here is remember your max caps, that's as high as those attributes will go. And your starting cap, so your starting cap is 40, right?
Okay.
We're going to talk more about that as soon as we go into the game. So let's make a decision here.
So the first one that they went over is the Wizard, and it says defensive wizard known for their range, quickness, and glove. The strengths are fielding and speed. The weakness is power. Suggested primary positions would be a middle infielder with suggested secondary of a speedy outfielder, so like center field. Next up, we have good hands, and it says great hand-eye coordination ensures success with the bat and the glove. The strengths are fielding and contact. The weaknesses are speed, so once again, a middle infielder who can also play the corner infield spot of third base, as well as the secondary position of left field. Then you have Mr. Reliable. Solid contact and strong arm makes this player a reliable option for most positions. So the strengths are arm and contact, the weakness is power. The suggested primary positions kind of all over the place. First, second, short, third, catcher. Suggested secondary, right, center, and left. Kind of all over the place. This is kind of an all-around player if you want to make him like that. Then you have Field General, great arm and defense combined into a solid defensive anchor. So the strengths are the fielding and the arm, the weakness is the speed. So this is somebody like catcher and third base who are very, very important defensive positions with suggested secondaries as left and right. And then you have Bat First, valuing power over average with a more than capable arm for defense. The strength is power and arm, the weakness is speed. Suggested primary positions, catcher, first and third with a suggested secondary of left field. So Gary Sanchez definitely would fall in line with this. Bagwell would fall in line with this. And last but not least, you have Power Corner, anchoring the corners with both a solid glove and the constant threat of home runs. So the strengths for that are fielding and power with a weakness of speed. And the suggested positions are the corner infield spots and then the corner outfield spots. So those are the 6 different archetypes, but also if you look on the right, you can see the different ways your character is capped. You can see the different attributes that you can only get past a certain level. So now let's talk about how you actually upgrade your attributes, how you actually progress in Road to the Show, because no longer are you going to be able to buy training points. There are no more training points in Road to the Show, no more microtransactions in Road to the Show. So how exactly do you get your player progression up? Well, it is simply by how your player performs in the games. So if you are a right-handed batter and you face a right-handed pitcher and you get a single up the middle, you are going to get your contact versus righties attribute up. It may not jump a whole number, but it may jump a little bit to get you closer to that next number. So if you have a 45 contact versus righties, if you get one hit, it's probably not going to bump you up to a 46, but it will get you closer to that 46. Also, if you don't perform very well, let's say you strike out, your plate discipline and your vision is probably going to go down. Let's say you make bad fielding decisions and you make some throwing errors in the field. You're going to have your fielding and your reaction and your arm strength and all that stuff, that's going to go down as well. So if you play bad, your player's progression is going to go down, making it harder to get up and ultimately harder to get to the major leagues. But one of the biggest things about this progression is that you can no longer be at 99 overall everything. They've completely taken that out of the equation. So no more Bobby Crosbys, no more Pepe Alazar. You literally are not going to be able to get past your max attribute cap. The only way you can possibly get over that max attribute cap is by equipping some licensed equipment to your player. So if there's some equipments that give you +5 on contact, you can add that, but that's the closest you're gonna get to getting over that max cap attribute. All right, so now we're gonna go back to the player progression screen, and I'm gonna let Ramon talk about this specific aspect because he does a pretty good job at explaining it. So I'm gonna let this clip play, and then I'm gonna go over some of it.
So this is the screen you wanna look at. Yeah. So as we see, our max cap is 99 on power. Our max cap on contact is 75. So if you see here, we have something that's called the current cap. Our current cap is 50. Right. So when we get this contact right up to 50, if we just keep playing, those base games are pretty much wasted because we've reached our current cap. So
you've hit those.
Obviously, the next question is, well, Ramon, how do you extend that cap? We're going to show you right now.
Cool.
So we're gonna go to calendar, and we're gonna sim about a month. So there are 2 ways to make your player better in Road to the Show this year. The first is base games, performance games, which you do in real time in the game, which we just saw. This should be the second way. All right, and so you see our hitting coach is talking to us. What is he talking to us about? He's talking to us about focus training. So focus training is another brand new feature this year. You're going to get around 25 of these per year, and you'll get one really awesome one in the off season of every year, but we won't tell you what's in that one. We'll let people be surprised and figure that out. So we have 3 choices here. Remember, whatever choice I choose, I'm not going to be able to come back. So we have a soft toss drill where we can make our contact straight up go up. So right now, wait, I can't read that.
Let's see, contact versus righty cap is 50 to
Cap is
56.
50 to 56. Or we could do hit your pitch drill, our plate vision can go up, and our plate discipline can go up, or we can do pitch recognition drill, where we can go from 40 to 46. So you see some of these, we're actually going up in just going up in attribute points, right? So we're going from 40 to 46. And those ticks, that's 5 attribute points. Same thing right here. But here, remember, our current contact cap is 50. So when we eventually hit that, this is how we extend the cap. Right. Focus training is how you'll extend the cap. And you got to pay attention because remember, there's only 25 of these, and you don't want to get to a situation where you've reached your current cap and maybe you made the wrong decision. So these are very, very important. It's a risk. Like, do you want to continue to grind out? Do I want to continue to get these to go up immediately?
Right.
Or do I want to look for the long game? And that's the risk versus reward that you're going to have. So I'm not going to choose that training right here. I'm going to choose this one, and you'll see the training results. And so you can see our max cap and current cap. And
do you physically participate in the training, or it's simply you're picking these things regardless, even if we pick the first one as well? Okay.
All right, so here's another training session. All right, so this is T-drill. So this is completely different, right? So the last training we had, the last focus training, we had an opportunity to extend the contact cap.
This one
now we have an opportunity to just extend our contact. Right, so again, are you want to play the long game, or are you playing the short game? Here we have another focus opportunity. Again, this is extending those attributes right now. Same thing. So all three of these, this is gains we're going to get right now, and so we'll choose contact again. And there's our training results.
So there's that. You can see these little training sessions are the way that you increase your overall cap for these attributes. So if you have a total cap of 75 in your contact, but your cap right now is 50, the way to get that cap up is by participating in these training exercises, whether that be T-drills, whether that be contact drills, whatever the case may be, this is how you will increase that overall cap. So overall, it looks like Road to the Show is going in the direction where they don't want you to be that, superstar at everything. They don't want you to have the best arm with the best speed, with the best bat, they don't want you to be the ultimate, baseball player ever in the league. Which honestly, I guess is an interesting idea, but for me personally, I prefer if we were able to be, all 99 everything if we want. In Road to the Show, you are not affecting anybody but yourself. You are only going to be, playing against the computer. What you do doesn't matter against anybody else. The new creative player system in Diamond Dynasty, to me, that is really good because you shouldn't be a 99 overall everything in Diamond Dynasty. You should be kind of modeled after something. So I like the way they did it for that mode, but for this mode, I don't know. I feel like if you're just playing against the computer, it doesn't really matter if you're a 99 overall everything, but that's just my personal preference. I know some people, like I know my boy Clutch Silver says he likes this because it's not realistic if you were a 99 overall everything. So it's just kind of how you feel about it. Do you want to be that superstar? Do you want to be kind of a more realistic player where you're modeled after a certain archetype or a certain build? It all comes down to player preference, but ultimately for me, I would prefer if we were able to get to 99, but I'm still going to try out Road to the Show, and I'm still going to see if the new improvements make the game mode better or worse. But there you guys go. Those are the features from Road to the Show that are a bit more in-depth now thanks to some of these videos. Thank you to Nick Margarita from GameStop for letting us show creators use his footage. So let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. Are you a fan of this? Are you not? I want to hear all your guys' opinions down there. But anyway, drop a thumbs up on the video if you did enjoy it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more MLB The Show 18 news and information. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one. Peace.